Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you another one of my FIFA 13 live team tutorials. Now today's team, as you can see from here, is Belgium, and I am playing with Belgium in 3-5-2, so let's dive straight into the game and search for an opponent. Now, Belgium are a really good 4.5-star team, and they're right up there with pretty much any 4.5-star team out there. They've got a couple of outstanding players, but most importantly, they've got really no weaknesses as well. Because you see a couple of 4.5-star teams with a couple of low players in the 70s. So to get one of the teams with pretty much everyone high 70s or low 80s is a very good achievement. And as long as you draw against other 4.5-star teams, you're going to have a lot of success. So let's dive straight into the game. Let's see who we've got first and foremost. Who's that? Oh, it's PSG. Sorry, I was looking at the kit and not the badge there, so it's pretty brainless of me. But yeah, Belgium are a team that has several massive strengths, and first and foremost is quite literally the strength of their front three. Now, if you have a look at Benteke, Lukaku, and Dembele, who I've gone for is the front three in this lineup. Was a little bit of lag here, which is a little annoying, but never mind. Lukaku has 90 strength, Christian Benteke has 89 strength, and Moussa Dembele has 86 strength. So that is a lot of strength. Oh, that was a bad effort. Should have perhaps dinked that back to Christian to knock it in and finish it off. But that is an incredibly powerful front line, a really powerful front line. There aren't many teams in the game can boast a front line as powerful as that. And in gameplay, that's really useful because it enables you to pretty much hold up the ball against any backline in the world. So, hang on, let's try and take the ball off him. That was a bad challenge. There we go. But also, in addition to this, they're not just, blunt objects. They've all got decent touch. They're good on the ball. And the great thing as well, when you've got players like Dembele and Hazard around, they can dink cheeky little balls down the line. Witsel as well, great player in the middle of the park. He's had a little bit of a ratings drop, which is a tad disappointing. He was an 85 rating, I think, at the start of the game, and he's dropped down a little bit low. I think he's 81 now, so that's a little disappointing. Same with Marouane Fellaini. He's had a bit of a ratings drop as well. So the midfield of Belgium used to be a lot better than it is now, but it's still a very solid midfield, and I can't believe that wasn't a free kick. But never mind. But in addition to their incredibly powerful backline, they have a fantastic defence as well. Obviously, they've got Vincent Kompany, one of the best defenders in the game. I mentioned him in my Man City tutorial last video. But also, they've got Jan Vertonghen alongside him and Toby Alderweireld, two of the very solid defenders. And, Vertonghen's left-footed, so you can play him in the left-hand side of this 3-5-2 back three. Oh, I tried to poke that through with Witsel then. Yeah, PSG are a good side, so this is going to be a little tricky. Great challenge, Kompany. That's the great thing about Kompany. He really is so solid. This guy's just tried to scythe me down. Oh, bad skill. See, he gets the free kick for that. But when Christian got bundled to the floor earlier, nothing was given, but never mind. But yeah, I think 3-5-2 is definitely the best formation for Belgium because when you have a look at Belgium's key players, they have a couple of decent wingers. So you've got players like Nacer Chadli, Dries Mertens, very good players. They have several very good central midfielders, obviously Witsel and Fellaini, like I've mentioned already. And this lad Moussa Dembele, and he has a terrible weak foot. Only 2-star weak foot on Dembele, so you need to be a little bit careful taking shots on his right foot because he is left-footed. But in addition to this, you've got players like Eden Hazard, who can play on the wing as well if you want to play Dembele in the middle, which is I prefer. So, for example, you get Hazard on the wing here. He's a little trickier, and that was terrible skill. I might actually debate taking the control freak off my controller when I play FIFA, because every now and again it just results in a few cheeky podgers. But you see here, Kevin Morales, there we go, to Romelu Lukaku. 3-5-2 is a very good formation for Belgium because, like I mentioned, their front three is so powerful. They hold the ball up really nicely. You've got Dembele in the hole. You've got Witsel and Fellaini as the two central midfielders sitting a bit deeper. You can just get the ball in the middle of the park, play it into the feet of a striker. He spins off and drops it short. You pass it out to a winger, and then you've got a very easy cross into the box and two big powerful strikers to aim for. So it really is an ideal formation for them. The one problem with 3-5-2 is a lot of people are beginning to get used to it now because it is an incredibly popular formation. A lot of people use it, especially on Ultimate Team. I mean, this is the formation I use on my La Liga Ultimate Team. And if you guys have ever seen my team, you know it's pretty special. And 3-5-2 is a very good formation. But the thing is, it's so popular now, a lot of players have figured out ways to counter it. And The one thing you've got to be aware of whenever you're playing 3-5-2 is the fact that you only have 3 players at the back. So if you do get a little bit caught out, or stung the palms, you can be caught a little short at the back. Let's try and get a shot on with Witsel. Oh, he's hit the beans on toast. That was unfortunate. But big head from Marwan. But you see here, as long as you are a little bit wary to that counter-attack, you can just keep the ball in your opponent's half pretty much all day, every day. That ball was on! Oh, I should have squared it. That would have been 2. You know, I don't like to tramp unless I have to, so I went for the goal there. But you begin to see the pattern of play with Belgium. You know, they really have the ideal team for 3-5-2, so let's just keep knocking it around and see if I can get a few more goals. But the main thing you're looking to do with them is keep the ball in the middle of the field. You want to get Dembele, Witsel and Hazard on the ball as much as possible. So you get Lukaku to drop off. A little bit of space here, have a shot. Oh, that was not far away. But yeah, your strikers drop off. You've got Dembele just in behind them. He can spray the passes around. If you do lose the ball, you've got 2 decent central defensive midfielders. Unfortunately, have dropped a little bit, like I mentioned earlier. But Fellaini and Witsel, you know, they are both excellent midfielders, so they can do a very, very good job for you. Well in Eden. Oh, he predicted me well there. Oh, he spanned it over the bar. That's disappointing. But you see what happens with Hazard. I'm playing Hazard on the left wing in this formation, and he checks inside a lot, and that's good. So he can come in, you know, Moussa Dembele on his left foot, he can slot him through, he can draw midfielders, you know, that can allow Lukaku, Benteke to peel slightly wider. You know, and they really are an absolutely brilliant team. You've got Morales on the other wing, who's had a fantastic season with Everton. You know, a really great signing for them. And he's pacing, and if you have an injury on the wing, or you want to play Hazard in the middle and you don't want to play Dembele, you can play Nacer Chadli, who's also a pacey winger. So they've really got a lot of fantastic options. Oh, a bit more power on the pass required there. Great tackle though. Let's dink the ball in. Oh, Christian nearly. But you can see here, PSG are not a bad side by any stretch of the imagination. But this guy's really had no answer to me, because I've knocked the ball around very, very efficiently. Haven't misplaced many passes, because that's another good thing about this team as well. There are no players who are bad on the ball. Even Toby Alderweireld at the back, he has a trait which is long passer. So if you do want to ping one of those long balls, that was a decent example there. You can do. So you have everyone in your team who's good on the ball. You have several players who are quick. You've got plenty of players who are very strong. Oh, I nearly danced around him. So they are a very good blunt implement team if you like to play that way. The one thing I would just mention quickly, if you are a skiller and you do like to do a few cheeky skills, you've only really got Eden Hazard who can do that. Because I think Dembele's a 3-star, Hazard's 4-star, and that's really about it. You know, Fellaini and Witsel aren't the best. You know, Morales is decent for skills, but if you're looking for a team just where everyone can elastico and chop their way to victory, this isn't the team for you. But you just see the stats here. You know, it's total and utter domination. If I had my finishing boots on, I would be 3 or 4 goals up here. Now, I've had a couple of chances and decided to take the more difficult options. But you see, Hazard is tricky, and that was a bad ball, and he's managed to get the pause off somewhere there. But, you know, I'll just quickly have a look at the team management while he's paused it, so I'm going to show you the setup a bit more. This is the team I've gone for. A very, very good team all the way through. You know, Witsel has dropped off a bit, but look at those physical stats. You know, they're very, very nicely balanced. He isn't the quickest, but he's got reasonable strength, great stamina. He's agile, you know, so he'll always be there to sweep up for you. And alongside him, Marouane Fellaini, another tankish player. So set pieces are another great thing with Belgium. When you think about it, you put that ball into the box, you've got Lukaku, you've got Benteke, you've got Fellaini, you've got Kompany, you've got Vertonghen. All of these guys can score headers. They are tremendous at set pieces. They really are. So if you're good at your corners, they're a team for you. And you know, got players like Eden Hazard to put the ball in the box. If you want a left-footed set piece taker, you've got Moussa Dembele. He's got the long shot trait as well, I think, off the top of my head. I was going to have a shot there if he actually got the ball down in quick time. Flick the head. Oh, nearly, but those are the sorts of balls you can play a lot with Belgium. Now, those little dinked through balls. That was interesting. Run! Run, lad. Right, I got it. But yeah, those are the balls you can play a lot, those little dink through balls, because if you chip it perfectly onto them, it's fine. But if not, you know, both of your strikers can, you know, battle for the ball. And that was a nice move. Right. Put the ball at the back post. Oh, unlucky Romelu. Let's run Marouane back. But yeah, this is the one thing you've got to be careful about with 3-5-2. If they do breach that initial CDM line, they can get at your back three, and the last thing you want is a player in the formation, for example, a 4-2-3-1 or a counter 3-5-2, because 3-5-2 is a very, very good counter for 3-5-2, because you can overwhelm the back three. So you do have to be a little bit careful that you don't run your midfielders up too far. Stink that through. Whip the cross in, and for some reason it didn't let me switch player, but never mind. Oh, Benteke's disappointing. But yeah, I'll just talk a little bit about 3-5-2 now. And as per usual, I have done a 3-5-2 dedicated tutorial just on the formation. So if you haven't checked that out, I fully recommend it. That'll go in a little bit more in depth to what I'm going to mention here. But, oh, you've been done there, son. You've been kippered. Oh, you've been kippered again. Oh, he's been kippered again. Oh, too much. Yeah, but this is the thing. Hazard's the only player who can really do that. So don't try and do anything too silky with anyone else. But yeah, I'm going to talk briefly about 3-5-2. It's a very, very well-balanced formation. And the thing is, it's attacking and defensive at the same time. Because if you look at the players who are going forward, you know, you've got two strikers, you've got a centre-attacking midfielder. And, oh, he's at the post again! Oh, I've hit the post twice. That was a lovely little ball there. It just flicked it in very, very nicely. Oh, yes, Vertonghen. But yeah, 3-5-2, you've got your two wide players. So you've got Morales on one side and Hazard on the other. So you keep the pitch nice and wide, which is good because that stretches your opponent out a little bit. But the good thing about it is, and that's a bad ball in, if you stretch your opponent out along the width of the pitch, you do have that centre attacking midfielder. And Moussa Dembele about to win that header there if he could jump 3 inches off the floor, but never mind. That's a terrible pass. So not only do you have the options wide, you can dink it through the middle. And like I mentioned earlier, with Belgium, you've got so many players who are very, very strong in the centre of the park. You can just hold the ball up for a very, very long time and wait for that support to arrive. And very few teams can do that. And I need to hit that pass a little bit harder there. So that's the first good thing. But additionally, you know, they're very, very solid at the back because you've got those two CDMs sitting deep. And as long as you don't get caught on the counter-attack, and you've seen that happen a couple of times in this video. And that's a tremendous ball through to Christian, if only he had a decent touch. Oh, I'm going to chip. Oh, oh, Romelu. He has not just spanned that over. Oh, that's unbelievable, Jeff. Never mind. But yeah, you see right there. You got the players sitting deep who can play the balls over the top and keep you nice and solid at the back. Right, I'm just going to play this wide. You've got the players wide who can run onto the ball if you need to. Oh, I thought that was a free kick then. Just had his heel clipped. But, you know, you've got to be a little bit careful. As you can see here, you know, my opponent has got in behind my CDMs. And if he was a little bit quicker on the break there, he could have perhaps put a bit of pressure on. But never mind. Managed to sweep up quite easily. He says as he loses the ball and gives the throw-in away, but never mind. You know, this is a really, really balanced side. And it fits very, very nicely into 3-5-2. And this game has been a good example of that. You know, if you ignore how bad my finishing's been, and you just focus on the build-up, you know, you can really see how effective they are. And that's another great ball. Oh, he's hit the post. So that's 3 times I've hit the post now. Oh, put the cross in. Run onto it. Oh, and Romelu heads it over. Oh, no, it's a great block, apparently. But, right, great opportunity to show you a set piece here. Fingers crossed I put the ball in to a decent standard. That'll do nicely. And he heads it over the bar. But, you know, having Kompany, Benteke, Lukaku, Fellaini in that penalty area, that is a brutally effective attacking force at set pieces. And defensive as well, don't forget. You know, because most teams will only have 2 or 3 players, really, who are absolutely tremendous in the air. And that was meant to be to the striker and not the winger, but never mind. You know, they'll only have 2 or 3 players who are very, very good in the air. Belgium have 4 or 5 who are fantastic, and then the rest of their team are very, very good. You know, there's no one who's pretty terrible in the air, really, apart from the 2 wingers. And most of the time, obviously, they're going to be putting the cross in, so it's not the end of the world if they're bad in the air. Oh, I've been a bit unlucky this game. He's offside. Apparently he's not offside. I only tried a cheeky fake shot there because I thought he was. But now you can see here, as long as you don't manually run your CDMs upfield, you'll always have someone there, and that's a decent little foul to give away. Slows him down and lets me set up a little bit in defence. Just block the short. If I was quicker, I would have got it. But yeah, the gameplay's slowly winding to a close here. And I'd just like to remind you guys as well, if there are any other teams that you want me to play and do a live team tutorial with, I'll be more than happy to do that. You know, just have a look at the teams I've used before. Try not to say one that I've already used, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I'd be happy to try... run, Christian. Oh, the ref, that's obstruction. But Benteke doesn't mind. You just see, that's what 89 strength gives you. Romelu Lukaku, another great save. Oh, it's just not happening in front of goal today. Oh, the step up with Jan. Oh, and Jan gives it away, though. So keep the ball. I don't think he's had a shot. I certainly don't remember him having a shot. Now, this has been the most one-sided 1-0 I've had in a very, very long time. And you see just how much FIFA hates me with my the amount of times I've hit the woodwork. But, oh, that was a bit of bad defending. Let's run the guy back. Ezekiel Lavezzi, very, very good player. Just check on the inside. See, there you go. Oh, that's harsh, referee. He got the ball there. If he sticks this free kick into the top corner, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. Just going to put one extra guy in the wall. That's a nice little trick. You can actually put an extra guy in the wall if you didn't know that. Jump it. There we go. See, that's another good thing about Belgium. I've got about 10 7-foot people in the wall, so that's always very, very useful. But there you go, that's a gameplay with Belgium. 1-0 winners in the end. It really should have been 4 or 5. I hit the post 3 times, had several opportunities just to dink the ball through for easy finishes and tried to do something spectacular to show off my techers, but fortunately that backfired a little bit, and I'll just show the match details there. I really don't remember those 5 shots. I think most of them must have been in a short space or blocked. You know, no shots on target in an entire 12-minute game of FIFA. That just goes to show you how incredibly effective Belgium are as a team. You can really shut down what your opponent does, and then you've got very, very easy options. If you're struggling, you can lump the ball up to Benteke or Lukaku, will hold the ball up and knock it around. But additionally, you've got the ability in the midfield. You've got players like Hazard, Dembele, Morales, very good on the ball. You can pass, you can move, you can get in behind, put crosses into your target man. They're a very, very versatile team, and 3-5-2 works very, very well with them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something, and as always, have a great